Um, Welcome to today's teaching. I still remain English master, and I want to please remind those that are just viewing my teaching for the first time to subscribe to my channel and to also like and share my video. Please do that to encourage me. And if you are a prospective WAEC JAMB NECO student, please, you can as well comment below and say, English master, help me. I will help you because I've been in this field for a long time, and virtually all the secret that a student needs or that are needed to pass those examinations in order to gain admission, I have vast knowledge of them. But today I have a special topic that says how I used SQ3R to become A1 student. To become A1 student is very easy and very difficult. Please don't mind the paradox that I'm contradicting myself. Yes, it's easy if you are determined, not easy if you are not. But let's quickly get to work because of time factor. SQ3R is just an acronym. What is an acronym? An acronym is a situation by which the first letters of words are being picked to form another word. So those first letters that have been picked are called acronym in English. So SQ3R is a reading comprehension method named for its 5 steps. Yes, they are just 5 steps. But I'm going to teach you this SQ3R today on how to use it for general reading. But by God's grace, I'm going to make another video on how to use SQ3R in reading, literature, text, things like drama, prose, and so on. So please, let's quickly get there. So we have seen that it's a reading method used to read comprehension, novel, and so on and so forth. Comprehension means to understand. So when using this SQ3R, if you can use it, I assure you that if you read a text or a novel, after 10 years, if you have been asked a question in that book, you will score at least minimum of 50% of any question that will be given to you. Even the duller person have used this, and we have confirmed that this method works. And me, I'm telling you from my own personal experience how I used this SQ3R method to become A1 student. Now, let's get to work. S stands for survey. Now, let me demonstrate what I mean. This is a novel, and uh, it's a prose. So now it's the Lonely Days by Bayo Adebowale. This novel was used 2015 to 2020 by WAEC in literature and one of some other novels like that. So when you pick a novel to read, or a text, any text, whether English, biology, and so on, first thing is to survey. What do we mean by survey? Look at the title. Have a book like 40 leaves. Write down the title. Number two, write down the author's name. Number three, can check how many pages, how many topics, how many subheadings, and so on. Does he have ISBN number? This ISBN number, ISBN number. About the author, what is the academic level of the author? Is he a PhD holder? Is he a SC holder? And so on. You go, you can even check, read the prologue and the epilogue. Then you can check how many chapters are there, how many acts or scenes are there. Again, once you don't know which year was the book printed, who is the publisher, how many pages are there, that is, you are doing what? Survey. Then after that, you get to number two, questions. You ask yourself as many questions as possible. Why is this book called Lonely Days? Why is it called Commerce? Okay, if it's called Commerce and so on, why is it called Social Studies? Is it that people are socializing? What is transportation? Why is it? So you ask yourself, as many questions you are asking yourself, be writing the questions down, but don't answer it yet. Write those questions down. Then after that, you go to read. That is when you now start proper from page one or from chapter one. You start reading. So when you start reading, one thing is this: please read one section at a time. For example, if you want to read English textbook, let me borrow, I'll be using nouns as my examples. So let's say you want to read English textbook, and reading one section at a time means read only a noun. If you read nouns, is okay. Come back next time. Come and read types of nouns. It's okay. Once you are done with types of noun and its examples, you can go to pronouns. But don't try to read nouns, examples, types, and so on. Go to pronoun at the same time, go to verb at the same time, go to adverb. It will be, your brain will be too choked up. So, but as a student, if you are spacing your time and maintaining them, you observe that you'll be able to carry out this function. So the next thing is you try as much as possible to go to the number three, which is what? To read. Read once. Okay, I've talked about read. Recite. Sorry. Under the recite, try to recall your questions and answer them from your memory. As many questions you have asked here, try and record them and answer them from your memory. That means you need to remember. Then the next is review. Try to answer all the questions you created. So, as many questions you created, try to answer them. Remember, I told you this is normal way of using it in subject, not in literature textbook. Now, the next is let us quickly go to my method that I developed from this SQ3R that helped me to become A1 student. Number one is before I go to this, to become A1 student, just need an understanding. The first thing is if you know how to pass, you will pass. But if you don't know how to pass, you will fail. Even the Holy Scriptures say the labor of the foolish wearied them because they do not know the way into the city. So if you know the way into the city of any subject, you will pass. Yes. So it takes only 70 to become A1 student. So you don't even need to be struggling, oh, I must get 100 over 100. No, once you're able to get 70, 71, 72, 73, anybody that have 100, you and the person, you are the same. That is the way I believe, and it works for me. So now, first thing in my method is active recall. Let's say I read this novel and the chapter 1 talks about Ajumobi that died and the wife named Yaremi. So I closed my book. What is the name of the central character? Yaremi. Who is Yaremi's husband? Ajumobi. What happened to Ajumobi? Ajumobi died. Did we know when he died? The novel didn't tell us. What killed him? If I know it, I'll answer. That is active recall. If you can do it this way, or you just read a book about a noun, knows it. What is a noun? A noun is the name of a person, it's a naming word. We use it to name the days of the week, months of the year, and days, months of the year, and special places like Lagos, Kaduna, Zaria, London, America, and so on. Once you're able to do that, that is active recall. Number two is self-testing or testing myself. Yes, in this at this level, which is number two, I'll pick a pen and my jotter, and I will ask myself questions. Maybe can I define a noun in 4, 5 ways according to my own understanding? I will write them down, try to define it, try to modify, try to paraphrase it. So once I am done, I've tested myself. And if I have tested myself, I will also go back to that textbook to confirm my answers if they are correct. Then number three is I read to gain information, not to pass examinations or exams. Yes, one of my methods is that I have already settled in my heart, in my mind, that I'm not dragging to pass exams. I just want to gain knowledge, information, information that will stay with me the day that I will die, that will keep on increasing. If I need to pass exam, that means after exam, I'll just throw the knowledge away. Of what use is the certificate that the institution is going to award to me? Doesn't make sense. So I read to gain knowledge that will be useful to me first. Because when that knowledge is useful to me, that is when I will be able to be or to make it useful to another person. Then the next is number four. I know that A1 is not achieved in a day. It is a cumulative effort of the past. Yes, A1 is not achieved in a day because to say you just want to wake up and start reading 3 days to examination, you want to have A1 in 9 courses, in 9 subjects, 15 subjects, and so on, you are deceiving yourself. A1 is not achieved in a day. It's a cumulative effort of minute out to minute, hours out to hours, and days out to days. So I've already told myself that I have end result and I will get there, but it's not achieved in a day. Then the next is I learn keywords in every reading and I try to associate numbers and pictures with them for easy remembrance. For example, if I studied about a noun or pronoun, let's say noun is the name of a person, it's the name of animal, it's the name of a place, it's the name of a thing. So I will now say a noun does four things. Number one, the name of a person. Number two, animal, it name animal. Three, it names a place. Four, it names uh, days of the week, months of the year, days of the week, animal, and person. So I've associated numbers. So if I'm defining a noun, in as much as I have not counted these my keywords up to four, I know that I am yet to meet up. Then the next I do is to associate pictures. If I mention animal, I should be able to remember one or two or three animals. Example, if I can remember dog, cat, lion, cow. If I say month of the year, if I can remember January, if they say a person, if I can remember how female look like or how my friend John look like. So that is what helped me to remember and become A1 student. Then the next is identification of topics, sentences. Like, sorry to go back to what I put here. I put name a person, animal, place, and things. So these are four. You can see I've associated numbers to this place. Then the picture I've already mentioned. If I mention something like table, I should be able to know how table look like. Does it have four legs or three or one? So that is it. Then the next one is identification of topic sentences. So I should be able to identify a topic sentence. Topic sentence is that first sentence. Sometimes it could be in the last paragraph or the middle, but often a topic sentence is the reason of a passage. So if I'm reading a pronoun, my topic sentence in pronoun is that pronoun replaces a noun. So any other words, how I'm going to paraphrase it, whether it's used in the place of a noun, is that I've identified my topic sentence. So even though I didn't learn any other thing, I should be able to know pronoun replaces pronoun replaces. So replacement, that is what, and what does pronoun replace? It replaces a noun. So that means pronoun does one work, it's only to replace a noun. So that is how I identify my word, topic, sentence. Then the next is the theme of my reading. The theme of my reading is the whole central idea about a topic that I am reading. If a noun, what is the theme? It was to know that a noun is only naming, it can name anything. Once that thing exists, a noun names it. And once we cannot see but we can feel it, a noun has a name for it. So noun simply means names. So that is my team. And I name my team the way I want. Because one of the things that makes students not to meet up to become A1 student is that they want to cram, they want to copy. But know what works for you. There is one of my video, how to score A1 in WAEC English. I used um, how do I remember it? The domains in learning. We have psychomotor domain, affective domain, and cognitive domain. So you should know the one that works for you and you know the one you belong to. By so doing, you will be a good student and have A1 and become A1 student. You can do it. There is one song by Nax Timati, which say, I know I can to be what I wanna be. If I work hard on it, I be where I wanna be. So as A1 student, I know I can. And even if I'm not achieving A1 at the moment, but I know I will get there. So that song and my belief, being optimistic, have helped me to become successful academically, and not only in academic, even outside academic. So I've been able to become A1 student. Then the next is prayer. Yes, in African we love prayer. Before I start reading, before I start doing anything, I say my prayer to God. He says something, he said, the Comforter, which is the Holy Ghost, whom the Father will send in my name, shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance. So after saying my prayers, I ask God to remind me, to give me the secret to the topic, to the subject, to the examination, to know the heart of the subject so that I will read it, so that the place I read will be easier for me, and it always works for me. So it makes me not to struggle. So the last is my past failures also helped me. Yes, I have tasted failure before. I think I wrote WAEC twice, NECO once, GC once, just because of English. And today, I am A1 student in English. So, and when I was failing, I don't really like it. So, a time came, I read a book. From that book, I got a concept that if you know how to pass, you will pass. That means to everything people are doing and they are succeeding, there is a secret, there is a way of doing it. And the way to my own is SQ3R. SQ3R helped me, and I was, and I am still A1 student. So, because I don't like failure, I work hard for success. But if you are still failing, it's because you like failure. And if you say you don't like it, you can become A1 student. So, thank you so much. We have studied how to become A1 student using SQ3R method. So, and I'm still promising that in subsequent time, I'm going to make a video on how to use SQ3R in literature. So thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel, click the like button and turn on notification so that once I made a new video, you will be part of those that will get the notification. And please kindly share the link to prospective WAEC students. So thank you so much and see you. The sky will be your starting point. And if you have any issue, you want to write exam, please comment below, say English master, help me. And I promise to be of help to you. So bye.